Hello, this is Dr. Scott Johnson, and this is my presentation entitled Colloidal Silver, Mild Silver Protein, the Days Ahead, What to Expect, and How to Prepare. Many times I get the question, what is colloidal silver, and basically, can it help me? And people ask why they've never heard of colloidal silver from the medical community. But ironically, over 100 years ago, colloidal silver was a proven medical germ fighter and widely used by the medical society. In fact, it was the forerunner to the modern day antibiotics that we have today. In 1914, the medical journal Lancet reported phenomenal results from its use. Dr. Henry Cook showed colloidal silver to be absolutely harmless and non-toxic to humans and highly germicidal. Colloidal silver has proven itself useful against all species of fungi, bacteria, protozoa, and certain viruses. For centuries, many have known the properties of silver. The ancients stored their water in silver vessels to prevent bacteria from growing. Our American settlers would put a silver dollar in their milk containers to hinder its spoilage. Prior to the 1940s, articles regarding the benefits of colloidal silver were frequently seen in the medical journals themselves. During the 1930s, silver was used both externally and internally for a variety of medical conditions. But, number one, because it couldn't be patented as a natural substance, therefore the pharmaceutical companies lost interest. Two, its high price at the time. Colloidal silver was around $100 an ounce prior to the 1940s. And three, the introduction of penicillin and other antibiotics that could be patented by pharmaceutical companies. Because of all these reasons, the use of colloidal silver fell by the wayside. Now, this is an article where former CIA microbiologist Larry Harris speaks on biological weapons and ways to protect our families. This excerpt is from Canada's Aerospace and Defense Weekly, where we're quoting Dr. Harris. In the very near future, we can almost certainly expect biological weapons to be used by various terrorist organizations. This makes it imperative that the citizens of North America, in the world, obtain the necessary knowledge and skills to protect themselves against this emerging threat. When Larry Harris was questioned about which natural substances were effective against biological agents, his answer was, quote, "The only natural substance I know of that is effective against these microbes is colloidal silver. I tested that myself when I was with the CIA, and I found it effective against both anthrax and the bubonic plague pathogen." And there's the website link to that particular article. UCLA Medical Center said, quote, "Colloidal silver killed every virus that was tested in the lab." The March 1978 issue of Science Digest, in their article entitled "Our Mightiest Germ Fighter," it reported, an antibiotic kills perhaps half a dozen different disease organisms, but silver kills some 650. Resistant strains fail to develop. Now we're going to look at the particular type of silver that actually kills the 650, because not all colloidal silvers are created equal. Dr. Henry Cook said, "I know of no microbe that is not killed in laboratory tests within 6 minutes." Research indicates silver is necessary for the proper functioning of the immune system as well. Just like a trace mineral like zinc is vital for immune system function, or vitamin C, they've actually found that silver has much the same properties, because theoretically and technically it would be considered a trace mineral, just like zinc and these other things that we've mentioned. Only the Envive brand colloidal silver falls within the guidelines as they existed before the 1938 federal regulatory takeover of our food and drug supply. Therefore, this particular product can be distributed as a pre-1938 original formula without FDA new drug approval. This is the original 1938 broad-spectrum mild silver protein formula that was used in the treatment of more than 650 diseases. So when you see a lot of these other particular colloidal silvers out there, or actually technically what they are is ionic silver, we're going to explain that more later. When you see them jumping on the 650 diseases bandwagon, they're essentially riding the coattails of this literature that would really only apply to the pre-1938 original formula. And there's only one company on the planet that has figured out how to stabilize and make this properly, and that's Envive Silver. These 650 diseases include viral infections, bacterial infections, cold, flu, nasal infections, and fungal infections. And there's another link if you want to explore that subject further. This is my disclaimer. I'll just go ahead and read it to you. It is your constitutional right to educate yourself in the arena of health and medical knowledge, to seek helpful information and make use of it for the benefit of you and your family. You are the one responsible for your own health. In order to make decisions in all health matters, you must educate yourself. The information presented is not intended as prescriptive advice and should not be construed to diagnose, treat, or cure any disease or condition. The supplements discussed are intended to support normal physiological and biochemical processes of the human body. My goal is to help you maximize physical and nutritional changes to maximize your own healing potential and immune system function. With that said, this is the 5,000 part per million. When you see ppm, it's part per million. Mild silver protein suggested therapeutic dosing guidelines. This would be like worst case scenario, avian flu, bubonic plague, these types of things. This product can be taken internally, applied topically, and also atomized via a personal nebulizer like the asthmatics use. Again, more on that a little bit later about the nebulizer. 1 teaspoon to 1 tablespoon for every 30 pounds of body weight per day if you have been exposed or if you have a virus or infection of a very virulent nature. This dosage should be equally broken up, taken in 3-hour intervals. This is like life or death type of thing. Stay at home and avoid contact with the populace till the outbreak or the biological threat has passed. If taking mild silver protein, drink at least 8 8-ounce glasses of purified water per day. You want to do that in order to flush the toxins that the mild silver protein and the bacteria and the dead viruses that the mild silver protein is killing. Because the 5,000 part per million mild silver protein is only available in 4-ounce bottles, it would be wise to keep at least a few bottles for each adult family member and 1 to 2 for each child in your household. This would be like really bare minimum dosages. Because once a pandemic or something like this actually hits, you're not going to have access to probably virtually all natural products unless you actually have them in your possession, because these things are going to be bought out, whether it be the health food stores or wherever you're getting your products from. They're going to be pretty much bought out in a very short period of time when panic ensues. So if you view this like an insurance policy that hopefully you'll never have to use, even if you don't use the product in the event of a pandemic or a biological attack, it can be taken on an everyday basis to keep the immune system strong. There's a link to my website if you want to learn more about it.